During the Ptolemaic dynasty, extensive construction and restoration took place. The underground tomb consists of a series of tunnels and massive sarcophagi. The total length of the tunnels is about 380 meters. They are made up of multiple interconnecting corridors. The land we inhabit occupies only 30% of the Earth's surface. Yet the secrets it holds are no fewer than those hidden beneath the oceans. Especially those breathtaking underground relics and structures. If you haven't seen them with your own eyes, you would never believe it. The grandeur of Torda, the mysterious cave temples, and the awe-inspiring Sauda underground tombs. In this episode, Mingxin will present 15 underground discoveries. And these discoveries might be ones you're seeing for the first time. If you're new to the channel, welcome to subscribe. And turn on the notification bell, so you can be the first to enjoy more exciting content. 15th place, Turda. It is located in Turda, Romania. The history of this site dates back to the 17th century. At that time, it was mainly used for salt mining and trading. With the development of industry, the mine ceased operations in the mid-20th century. Today, it has become a popular tourist attraction. The deepest point of the Turda mine is located about 120 meters underground. The total area inside is approximately 45,000 square meters. There are multiple massive caverns and shafts inside the mine. Each cavern is grand and spectacular. The interiors are decorated with beautiful crystals. The scene is truly mesmerizing. This ancient site began undergoing modernization in the 1990s. The renovation was completed in 2008, officially open to the public. Now, this is a multifunctional entertainment center, attracting a large number of visitors. The area is mainly divided into 3 sections. They are Teresia Well, Budolf Well and Gazela Well. Teresia Well is the deepest well. The depth is about 120 meters. There is a clear underground lake inside. Visitors can rent small boats to row on the lake. The height of the Rudolf Well is about 42 meters. Inside, there is a small Ferris wheel, a mini golf course and a bowling alley. You can overlook the entire underground world here. Enjoy various recreational activities. Finally, it's the Gazela Well. Although it is the smallest of the 3 wells, it is still incredibly magnificent. The lighting design inside the well is also very unique. Countless white lights illuminate every corner, creating a dreamlike atmosphere. In addition, the air quality inside the well is also very high, beneficial for the respiratory system. There are even designated areas for visitors to undergo therapy and relaxation. After completing Varldskarda, let's take a look at another one. This one has a completely different style. Number 14. Wieliczka. Wieliczka. It is located in the small town of Wieliczka in Poland, near the major city of Krakow. It is one of the oldest in the world. And mining began here in the 13th century. It has a history of over 700 years. In the early days, miners extracted it by hand, selling it as an important resource. They also, during the mining process, many exquisite sculptures and decorations were carved from stone. The most famous is the Church of St. John. The entire church is made of carvings. The altar wrapped in the church, the chandelier, the reliefs on the walls, all of them are crafted. It looks truly magnificent. There are many underground lakes. The water in these lakes has a high salinity. People can easily float on the surface of the water, just like in the Dead Sea. There is also a museum in the well. It displays the history and the tools used by the workers. Visitors can see ancient grinding equipment. They can learn how workers labored underground. The underground tunnels and rooms of Wieliczka are approximately 300 meters long. However, only 3.5 meters of it are open to the public. These underground tunnels and rooms are spread across 9 different levels. The deepest level is about 327 meters below the surface. The entire area covers a fairly large underground region. It extends far beyond the surface area of the small town of Wieliczka. 13th. Paris Catacombs. Beneath the streets of Paris, France, lies a series of eerie tunnels and rooms. Here, the remains of millions of people are stored. It is known as the Catacombs of Paris. Every year, a large number of tourists visit this place for sightseeing. Of course, it wasn't always so terrifying. The catacombs were originally limestone quarries. They were later transformed into underground ossuaries to store the remains at the end of the 18th century. The reason for the accumulation of so many bones is mainly due to religious beliefs at the time. Many people preferred burial over cremation, because the doctrine stated that the body was sacred and should be preserved intact. So, based on this, the cemeteries in Paris became increasingly overcrowded, to the point where it began to It looks both spectacular and eerie. And these bones aren't placed randomly. They are stacked and arranged meticulously into various patterns and structures. It looks like an underground art exhibit. These catacombs have been in use since the late 18th century. They have a history spanning over 200 years. They not only solved the public health issues of the time, but also became part of history. It witnessed an important phase in the development of the city of Paris. 12th place. Porta Princesa Underground River. Porta Princesa Underground River. It is located on Palawan Island in the Philippines. It is one of the longest navigable underground rivers in the world. It stretches for about 8.2 kilometers. The river flows through a series of spectacular limestone caves. Ultimately, it flows into the South China Sea. The cave system of the underground river is magnificent and complex. The width of the river channels inside the cave varies. Some areas are relatively narrow. Only a small boat can pass through. Other areas are comparatively wide. The height of the cave ceiling also varies greatly. Some regions are extremely high. It felt as though one had entered a vast underground hall. In other areas, the ceiling is lower, giving a sense of depth and mystery. The formation of the underground river in Porta Princesa was a long and complex process. Millions of years ago, the area was located beneath the sea. Marine life rich in calcium accumulated and sank. A thick layer of limestone formed. With the movement of the Earth's crust, these limestone layers rose from the seabed. They formed the current mountain range and terrain. Subsequently, underground water flowed through the limestone, constantly dissolving and eroding the limestone. At first, small holes and cracks appeared. As time went on, these small holes and cracks gradually expanded, and eventually formed a large cave system. Later, surface rivers or rainfall entered these caves, gradually forming underground rivers. In the state of Chihuahua, Mexico, there is a well called the Cave of Nica. It was originally a lead mine, the mining of zinc and silver. But in 2000, workers accidentally discovered a magical cave filled with giant crystals. These crystals are primarily made of gypsum. They formed over a long period of time through the dissolution of gypsum in groundwater. The largest ones reached up to 11 meters in length, with the heaviest weighing over 55 tons. The gypsum crystals inside the cave look beautiful, but the extreme conditions inside the cave are unbearable for humans. The temperature reaches 58 degrees Celsius, and the humidity is nearly 100%. Without protective gear, a person would start to suffer from heatstroke after about 10 minutes inside. Researchers must wear specially designed cooling suits and carry heavy air conditioning units on their backs to enter. Scientists have discovered that the growth rate of the gypsum crystals in the cave is extremely slow, only increasing by about 0.1 mm each year. In other words, the giant crystals we see here actually formed tens of thousands or even millions of years ago. Additionally, the water samples collected by scientists from inside the cave show the water here contains a large number of viruses. The number of viruses in a single drop of water can reach up to 200 million. If accidentally ingested, the consequences are unimaginable. First place. Derinkuyu Underground City. Cappadocia region, Turkey. A man was renovating a room at home when he accidentally discovered a hidden room. Out of curiosity, he continued digging. He eventually found that the room led to a complex underground tunnel. And this place is the famous Derinkuyu Underground City. The Derinkuyu Underground City is about 85 meters deep. It is equivalent to a 28-story building. This underground city has a total of 18 floors. Each floor has different rooms and functions, including living quarters, a church, a school, a food storage, a kitchen, and stables. It can accommodate thousands of people to live and work here. The origins of the Derinkuyu underground city can be traced back to the 8th century BC, during the Phrygian period. Initially, the underground city was built for refuge. Thousands of years ago, the locals dug out a series of complex tunnels and rooms underground to escape from invaders, to hide from the enemy's attacks. These tunnels and rooms not only provide shelter, but also store food and water. They can even serve as long-term living spaces. At the entrance of each level, there are massive stone doors that can be opened or closed when necessary. These stone doors are extremely heavy and can only be opened from the inside. They ensure the highest level of security. The passageways of the Derinkuyu dungeon are designed to be narrow and winding, like a maze. It's easy to get lost. This design effectively prevents intrusion. In addition, there is a carefully designed ventilation system inside the dungeon that ensures the air circulation underground. It prevents people from feeling suffocated. Moreover, there are multiple wells inside the dungeon, which provide the essential conditions for long-term habitation. This reduces the risk of going outside. Number 9. The Well of Sintra. Located in the Regalira estate in Sintra, Portugal, there is a very unique well. It is also known by many as the Initiation Well. Although it looks like an ordinary well from the outside, it is actually an inverted tower. Its design and function are shrouded in mystery. Inside the well, there is a spiral staircase, winding down along the well's wall. The staircase extends all the way to the bottom. The well's depth is approximately 27 meters, which is about the height of 9 stories. There are many small platforms on the well's walls, giving a sense of being unfathomable. It is said that this well is connected to the Rosicrucians and the Brotherhood of the Common Way. It symbolizes the journey of the soul. Going down into the well is like light entering darkness. It represents the soul's journey from the material world into the unknown exploration. The spiral staircase symbolizes the awakening and enlightenment of the soul. By continuously descending, one can reach the realm of rebirth. 8th place. Kobrapidi. In the southern part of Australia, there is a small town called Kobrapidi. Its Chinese name is Kobrapidi. Its most notable feature is the residents of the small town all live underground. This unique way of life is due to the extreme climate conditions in the area. Kobrapidi is located in a desert region. In the summer, temperatures often exceed 40 degrees Celsius. To escape the intense heat, the residents choose to build their homes underground. The temperature here remains consistently between 23 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius year-round. It's very cool. So why would anyone be willing to live in such an extreme environment? It all started in 1915. At that time, a 14-year-old boy accidentally discovered opal while searching for water. Opal is a very beautiful gemstone. It is often used to make jewelry. For example, rings, brooches, and earrings. At the same time, it is highly sought after by collectors and investors. So, under these circumstances, a large number of workers were brought to Kobrapidi. The underground dwellings also began to be built at that time. These underground homes were dug out by the workers using simple tools, nets and mechanical equipment to excavate the sand. The sand is relatively soft, making it easy to dig, but still strong enough. It can form a stable living space. A normal house, for example, a living room, a bedroom, a kitchen, and a bathroom, etc. All of these are present in these underground habitats. And the biggest feature is, you don't need to repaint the walls anymore. The modern-style home decor paired with thick sandy walls creates a uniquely intriguing feeling. Additionally, to ensure proper air circulation and ample light, these homes are equipped with vents and light wells. Some rooms also have skylights, bringing in natural light directly. These features are often visible on the floor. 7th place. Postojna Cave. In Postojna, Slovenia, there is a magical cave. Its name is Postojna Cave. The cave was formed over millions of years as water slowly eroded the limestone. The carbonic acid in the water reacted with the limestone, gradually dissolving the limestone. It eventually formed this vast and complex underground cave system. The Postojna Cave is over 24 kilometers long. It is the longest cave in Europe. At the same time, it is also one of the few caves in the world with an underground train. Visitors can take a small train into the depths of the cave to admire the stunning views inside. The cave contains many different passages and wide chambers. Some chambers are large enough to hold thousands of people. The passages inside the cave are complex and intricate, like a multi-layered maze. The cave is covered with various stalactites and stalagmites in different shapes. These peculiar stones are formed by water droplets. The water droplets contain minerals. Over a long period of time, these substances gradually settle. They form the stalactites that grow down from the ceiling and the stalagmites that grow up from the floor. Studies have shown that, over 10,000 years ago, humans lived in the Postojna Cave. It was later officially discovered by modern scientists in 1818. Then, in 1884, the cave was opened to the public. It was also the first cave in the world to install electric lights. Number 6. The Shell Cave. In Margate, Kent, England, there is a very special and mysterious underground cave. Its walls and ceiling are adorned with countless shells, giving it the appearance of an art center decorated with shells. As a result, it is also known as the Shell Grotto. However, despite the mystery surrounding the cave, no one has yet discovered its true origin or purpose. The Shell Grotto was discovered in 1835. At that time, a local man named James Newlove and his son were digging a pond in their backyard, when they accidentally discovered an underground tunnel. As they continued digging, they discovered a hidden cave. The walls and ceiling of the cave were decorated with various shells. There were a total of 4.6 million shells. These shells were carefully arranged into intricate patterns and shapes, including geometric shapes, flowers and animals, etc. The entire cave looks like a massive mosaic artwork made of shells. The origin of the Shell Grotto remains a mystery to this day. No one knows who built it, and it's unclear what it was used for. Some people believe it might have been a religious site, or a meeting place for some secret society. Some have speculated that it could be an artistic feature from the Victorian era. However, no one has been able to determine the true purpose of this cave to this day. Scientists and historians have conducted multiple studies on this cave. They have tried to find clues by analyzing the types and sources of the shells, but they still haven't solved all its mysteries. The puzzle remains unsolved. 5th place. Han Song Cave. Hang Son Doong is one of the largest natural caves in the world. It is located in Phong Nha Co Bang National Park in Quang Binh Province, central Vietnam. In 1991, local villager Ho Ka Han discovered Hang Son Doong by chance. But due to the complex terrain, he did not explore it further. It wasn't until 2009 that the British Cave Research Association conducted a systematic survey and mapping of the cave. The discovery of this cave has attracted global attention. The main passage of Han Song Cave stretches for 5 kilometers. The highest point of the cave reaches 200 meters. The interior is so vast that it could accommodate a skyscraper. The landscape inside the cave is incredibly rich and diverse. There are many stalactites and stalagmites here. These unique stone formations come in various shapes. Some resemble gigantic pillars. Inside the cave, there is also a clear underground river. The water reflects a faint blue light under the illumination of the light source. This adds a mysterious aura to the cave. In addition, there are some collapsed skylights in the cave ceiling. This allows sunlight to enter the cave. As a result, some areas inside the cave even have dense vegetation growing. In fact, Han Song, the cave even has a unique bear ecosystem. The cave is home to many unique plants and animals. For example, fish that survive in the darkness, as well as insects and moss. In recent years, the cave has become a very popular tourist destination. However, to protect this precious natural heritage, the Vietnamese government has imposed restrictions on the number of tourists entering the cave. Each year, only a small number of authorized explorers and tourists are allowed. Only then can you enter the cave for exploration and sightseeing. 4th place. Long Yu Caves. The Long Yu Caves are located in Long Yu County, Zhejiang Province. They are a famous artificial cave complex. They were discovered by locals in 1992. At first, the caves were submerged underwater. It only revealed an entrance that looked very unremarkable. Local villagers always thought it was just a pond. But their discovery was that the water in the pond never dried up. It never ran out. Some villagers even caught a lot of fish in the pond. Their strong curiosity made them want to find out what was really going on. So they used 4 pumps and drained the pond dry. But what they didn't expect was that the pond seemed like a bottomless pit, and they couldn't even see the bottom. It wasn't until the 17th day that they barely managed to drain the water. At that moment, the villagers finally realized. It turns out this is a vast complex of caves. The Longyu Grottoes are currently known to contain 24 caves. Each cave houses different Buddhist sculptures and wall carvings. And they are very exquisite. The history of the Longyu Grottoes can be traced back over 1,600 years. They were built during the Northern and Southern dynasties. Later, they were renovated during the Tang, Song, Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasties. Various dynasties continuously rebuilt and expanded, forming the present structure. However, there are certain controversies regarding the Longyu Grottoes. Some people believe that it was originally just a quarry in ancient times. Before its discovery, there were no sculptures or wall writings as claimed. These were added only recently. They were simply added to attract attention. Of course, this is just one perspective. It does not represent the true history of the Longyu Caves. Third place. The Underground Temple. In the suburbs of Tokyo, Japan, there is a building known as the Underground Temple. This building was constructed in 1992. It took 13 years, and was completed in 2006. It is a massive underground drainage system, designed to prevent flooding in Tokyo and the surrounding areas, during heavy rainfall and strong storms. The drainage system uses 5 massive shafts, each as tall as a skyscraper, to funnel floodwaters underground. Each of these shafts is about 70 meters deep. It is equivalent to the height of a 20-story building. Then, these shafts are connected by an underground tunnel that is 6.3 kilometers long. At the tunnel's entrance is the Underground Temple. The area of the Underground Temple is as large as a soccer field. Its height is equivalent to 5 stories. In the Underground Temple, powerful pumps drain the floodwater into a river called the Adagawa. Subsequently, these floodwaters will flow into the sea. The system can pump out 200 cubic meters of water per second. This is equivalent to the capacity of a large swimming pool. It protects millions of residents in Tokyo and surrounding areas, ensuring that their homes and properties are not affected by flooding. House. Second place. Doomsday Seed Vault. It is also known as the Global Seed Vault. It is a place that stores a variety of crop seeds from around the world. It is located on the Svalbard archipelago, Spitsbergen Island, Norway. It officially opened on February 26, 2008. Its main purpose is to provide a secure storage facility for crop seeds worldwide. In case of global disasters, wars, or extreme events such as climate change, it aims to protect humanity's agricultural heritage. The Seed Vault is located on a remote island within the Arctic Circle. It is 130 meters above sea level, approximately 1,300 kilometers from the North Pole. It is built deep inside a mountain of coal. This location effectively protects against floods and rising sea levels. The building materials are extremely durable. It can withstand fires, earthquakes, and even nuclear explosions. The temperature in the Seed Vault is maintained at -18 degrees Celsius year-round. Freezing is used to ensure the long-term preservation of the seeds. Even in the event of a power failure, the permafrost in the surrounding mountains can maintain the low temperature. Each seed sample is sealed in an aluminum foil bag, which is then placed in a waterproof plastic box. This ensures that the seeds are protected from moisture and damage. The seeds in the vault are mainly donated by gene banks and research institutions from various countries, involving a variety of crops, including wheat, corn, rice and other major food crops, as well as various vegetables and fruits. The seed bank currently stores about 4.5 million different seed samples, managed by the Norwegian government. But the ownership of all the seed samples still belongs to the original donor institutions. Countries can retrieve seeds as needed. The seed bank has received widespread support from the international community. This includes support from organizations like the United Nations and the Global Crop Diversity Trust. First place. The Saqqara Underground Tombs. In the Saqqara region of Egypt, there is a very mysterious and grand place. It is called the Saqqara Underground Tomb Chamber. This is a historically significant burial site, specifically used to bury the sacred Apis bulls. The Apis bull held great importance in ancient Egyptian religion. It was considered an incarnation of the god Osiris. It symbolized fertility and strength. The Apis bull had to possess specific sacred markings, such as being entirely black, with a white triangular shape on its forehead. The back has eagle-shaped markings. The tongue has chevron-shaped markings, etc. Cattle with these markings will be selected and taken to the sacred area in Memphis for sacrifice. They receive special treatment. They are worshipped by the people and the priests. The Saqqara catacombs were first built by Pharaoh Amenhotep III, around 1400 BCE. Later, during the Ptolemaic dynasty, extensive construction and restoration took place. The underground tomb consists of a series of tunnels and massive sarcophagi. The total length of the tunnels is about 380 meters. They are made up of multiple interconnecting corridors. The underground tomb contains 24 massive sarcophagi. These sarcophagi are carved from very hard granite. Each sarcophagus weighs between 60 and 80 tons. That's equivalent to the weight of 10 elephants. The size of the stone sarcophagus is also quite large. Its length exceeds 3 meters. Its height and width are also very large. This ensures it can accommodate the body of an adult Apis bull. The walls of these sarcophagi are covered with hieroglyphs and reliefs. They record ancient Egyptian religious rituals and mythological stories. They are incredibly exquisite. Located in the underground tombs of Saqqara. Without modern machinery, how did the ancient Egyptians cut, transport, and place these massive stones? It has always been a mystery. Second, the design of the passageways and the sarcophagus inside the tomb is incredibly precise. Both the interior and exterior surfaces of the sarcophagus are extremely smooth. Even today, it would be difficult to achieve such precision with modern tools. Third, there is a lot of content in the hieroglyphs and reliefs on the walls that remains incompletely deciphered to this day. Some researchers believe that these hieroglyphs may conceal advanced knowledge or technologies that the ancient Egyptians possessed. This air of mystery has led people to make many speculations about the Saqqara underground tomb. Fourth, ancient Egyptian culture is rich in mysterious technologies and knowledge. Cross. The priests and pharaohs of Egypt possessed certain special knowledge. This knowledge enabled them to build magnificent structures and undertake complex projects. These transmissions deepened people's sense of mystery about ancient Egyptian technology. Alright, that's all for today's share. What are your thoughts on these 15 underground discoveries? Feel free to share your thoughts. Thank you for watching.